Welcome to Insight with Moonshadow, special edition of Insight with Moonshadow. Here I am, Moonshadow. I'm looking at the new full moon coming up. So now, are you doing anything for the full moon? Now, granted, it's also considered a super moon from my research. And also, the full moon is coming up on Sunday. So that's October 16th at exactly 12:23 a.m. according to timeanddate.com. So, looking at the full moon and looking at what you're going to do on the full moon. Now, hey everybody. Now, granted, we're doing this kind of interestingly on Facebook Live as well as recording for YouTube. So I will be, if all goes well, putting this also up on my YouTube channel, Insight with Moonshadow. So now, normally I would also put this Facebook Live on, and hey everybody, on my Insight with Moonshadow page, but it has to be on my personal page for this experiment. So great to see you guys, and it's great to see you all here. Yes, and also my phone is on sideways, so I can kind of see you guys. Yes, am I still sideways? Hey Lauren, let me see if I can flip this over. So this will be the interesting experiment. Oh wait, even better. Now if you actually knew how I'm doing all this, I'm propped on Oracle cards with my phone, so I'm utilizing this off my phone, as well as doing this over filming it on my laptop. Thank you. So I'm glad to see you guys are here. This is not, I can't say this is my first official Facebook Live, but it kind of is, all at the same time. It's always a pleasure to see people coming in, and also you know trying to work with all this live streaming things, all these live streaming platforms and everything, trying to work it all together. And thank you so much for the hearts. I really appreciate it, guys. So basically, looking at the full moon coming up. Now, what do we do with full moons? Now, basically, as you can see on Insight with Moonshadow, I did work with a show with the topic of what can you do for the phases of Grandmother Moon and with Grandmother Moon. So this is something that you could take a really good look at if this is where you spiritually connect with. You can actually utilize through prayer, affirmations, and a lot of different things what you could do during the different phases of the moon. So coming up, it is considered a supermoon on Sunday, the 16th. Now also too, the moon is also going to be in Aries, but we'll get to that in a moment. Now, things that you could do for the full moon. What's great about the full moon is the moon is incredibly powerful, and I'm not just saying that because my name is literally Moonshadow, and yes, a lot of people don't know, but it is also my real name. It is my real name in every sense of the word. Spiritually, everything. Hey, Michaela. Wonderful seeing you guys. And some of you, I haven't seen you guys in quite some time or spoken on Facebook. And it's no doubt I'm not really a big, huge fan of Facebook. But I'm a big fan of you guys. So this is a big part of the thing. Hey Les, what's happening, man? So now, if you're looking into working with Grandmother Moon's energy, this can help you in a big way for affirmations and if you're spiritually drawn in this way. Okay. Now, I've been doing my show Insight with Moonshadow for the last 38 weeks. So all of you on Facebook may be new to this, new to what I'm doing, but I've been doing this for quite a bit of some time. Hey, Mark. They want a toll fee back again. I heard that the bridge, huh? Well, go figure. Well, bureaucracy is what it is, right? But But now, so the full moon is currently in Aries, and it will be in Aries for the full moon. So what's the deal with the full moon? What's the deal with the different phases of the moon? Well, you could do multiple different things with the full moon. Now, one of the things that you can do with the full moon and the different phases is you can purge, get rid of, and also bring in new things as well. Because the full moon presently, when it's full, it is at its fullest power. It is at its full capability. So you can do a lot of different awesome things with the full moon. You can also bring new things, new projects, new ideas, new affirmations, your everything, your energy, whether it be in prayer, affirmations, yoga, all of your spiritual aspects of things, you can utilize during the full moon. So, is it only good for getting rid of things or purging things? No. It's also good for bringing in things as well. So you don't have to be astringent on working with the full moon as far as it being only during the phases, even though you can work that way too with the rhythm of the full moon as well, and the different phases. Hey Janine, how you doing? So if there's anyone I've missed, I apologize. New to Facebook Live, but I'm really glad that you guys are here. This is going to be an experiment on Facebook Live, but it's turning out that people are here. So thank you so much for being here. And hey Kristen, how you doing? So now, what's going on with the moon in Aries? Okay, people are going to be, now I myself, I have an Aries Taurus ascendant, so I may be affected a little bit more strongly as opposed to other people. However, it doesn't matter where, if you are an Arian or not, you're going to find it's going to affect you. The moon tends to usually affect us anyway, in one way, shape, or form. Now, with the moon being in Aries, we're going to experience increased energy levels. You're going to be more ambitious. Now, this is the cool thing about it. If your moon, if your natal moon is either Aries, Gemini, Leo, Sagittarian, or Aquarius, you're going to find this is going to be a good time for you to want to start new projects. So that's pretty cool. And also, you're going to be doing a lot of like balancing and being more mindful during this moon in Aries as well. So you're going to find that you're going to want to be more rambunctious. You're going to want to be. How come you can't howl by looking at the full moon? You can howl all you want, Mark. Have at. I have been known to do a lot of interesting things during the full moon, but that's a normal thing for me. How about Pisces? Now, with Piscean energy, this is interesting about, now my moon is in Pisces, so it's nice that you asked, Penny. Now, what's going on with, if your moon, like for example, if you have a Piscean moon, or with Pisces, you're naturally more of an empath. Hey, Dawn. So, with my moon being in Pisces, I'm a natural born empath, but I was also born that way. So that is going to also affect you within your emotional states and that kind of thing as well. So be aware, if you are naturally more emotional or you're emotionally oriented, you're going to find that that the full moon is going to affect you a bit more spiritually and potentially even physically as well. You may feel more anxious, you may feel more emotional, you may feel more connected. Plus, coming up to the end of October, you're going to feel even more stronger because the veil will be a lot thinner at the end of October. So you're looking at that as well. Now, this is actually looking out to be a little bit more than a moon site, but it's okay. But it's great seeing you all here on Facebook Live. And if this all works out, and since I have one of Team Moonshadow here in the room, this may need to be edited for YouTube, just saying. If you are up to the task and if you want to be on the clock for that. Okay, now what is it going to do to me as a Taurus? I need calm. Okay, now this is the great thing about working with moon energy. This also gives you a perfect time. Hey, Tiffany. This gives you a perfect time for you to also go within and become more introspective. A lot of us do not do enough self-care. I can say that for myself, and a lot of the people that are in this room, and just people in the world, they don't necessarily take care of themselves that well. It's not selfish. It is not selfish for you to give a little time for yourself. Because if you think about it, if you're better to yourself, I'm not saying in a screw other people kind of way. I'm talking about in taking the best care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. If you do that, hey Nicole, hey Tiffany, if you are able to be as strong as you can be, to be as balanced as you can be, wouldn't that by default make you better for other people? A lot of people don't think that way. A lot of people don't realize that. Now just think about this for a second. If you are stronger and you can pick up more or you can handle more, wouldn't you be a better mom, father, better dad, better brother, better sister, better friend? That would increase your vibration and be a better person all the way around. So in working with the cycles of the moon, I try to do it every month. I don't always do it every single month, but a lot of times when I'm trying to manifest or I'm trying to work with being the best person I can be, I try to jump on working with my guides and my inner circle, as well as working with Grandmother Moon and that according, of course, with my spirituality. Also, too, as a side note, in Buddhism, they consider the full moon being a sacred time. Interesting thought. And again, and if you are a very spiritual person, or even if you're involved in organized religion, that's also going to be key as well. Because think about it, the Creator did create all that we see, feel, and hear, right? So, it doesn't matter whether you're in an organized religion. If you're religious or spiritual, you can still do this mindful practice. Hey, Tony, what's going on, man? So now, that being said, a lot of what's happening here, the world right now is in a chaotic state. We all know this. It's in a chaotic state in multiple ways, and we can see this in multiple levels, even with society, even politically. So, that being said, the energy is really pushing us to become more centered and more balanced. Because this is a big problem. The less balanced you are, the more likely that you are going to make decisions that aren't necessarily good for you. Because you're going to be involved in making decisions that are not fully mindful, they're not fully thought out, and that's going to be a bit of an issue. So now with the full moon, you are able to work with nature, because even Einstein had said if you work with the rhythms of nature, you are mastering yourself and mastering, your life. So now if you look at it from that perspective, being more mindful, being more thoughtful of what's going on, you are going to feel better, feel more grounded, and then you're going to be able to get where you need to be and affirm or to manifest bigger and better things into your life. So, okay, so unfortunate thing with phone, get all kinds of things happening. My phone is my hub, and anything that comes in, it's going to pause the it's going to pause the broadcast. Good to know. But do you guys have any questions? Feel free to ask. I will answer the best I can with what I know. And I've been doing this work for over 30 years. So there you go. Am I back on? Okay, fantastic. Hey, Angela. I miss you too. Thank you. Now, Angela, I'm glad that all of you guys have made it and all you guys are safe in Florida, because I know that this hurricane was pretty bad. So I'm glad you guys are okay. Well, yes, and Tony, a lot of it too is our own inner chaos as well. A lot of times, if we are not being thoughtful and mindful of how to stay grounded, if you just let things go to absolutely and not actually think about them, we're going to be at the will of our own externals. So you have to be careful with that. So that could be pretty problematic. So it's important not to be too caught up in it, and it's all about finding that balance, about being too caught up and too mindful where you're paranoid, or not mindful enough where you just let things go by the wayside. So this is also really, really important. So yeah, so it's coming up. So it's going to be basically on Sunday, October 16th at 12:23 a.m. So it's just something for you guys to really think about. And I want to thank you all for being here. This is something that I guess Facebook Live may be the way to go. I would like to do this more so on my page. As you all know, I don't really post a lot on my personal page too often, and thank you for the love and the hearts. I don't normally post a lot on my personal page, but I am trying to utilize Facebook more for the promotion of the show and my healing practice as well. So that's what my aim and my intent is. Hey, Tara. So basically, overall, looking at what's happening in the full moon, this is just to give you a little moonsight, a little idea for you to think about what's happening around us, and you have some control in being able to manifest or become more grounded, centered, and more empowered. So that's a big, huge thing that you could do to make your life better. So, and yeah, so if any of you know me personally, and quite a few of you in this room do, as outgoing I am, I tend to be very private. So this is one of the reasons why Facebook was not really a big, huge platform for me to put myself out there. But you're very welcome, and I'm really glad to be able to share what I know out there. So having all the welcome and all the love that you guys are sending to me, I have to say I feel a little bit better about doing some more stuff via Facebook Live. Yeah, nice to see you, Dean. It's been a long time. Been a long, long time. But all of you can check me out. In fact, if you are interested in knowing more about what I'm doing, you can screenshot this. This is all my info. I do have a closed group for really cool people, respectful, cool people. For my group, it's a closed group simply because I just want really interesting, cool people there. People that are really, decent. No one that's going to troll, or no one that's going to be judgmental or anything or nasty. But also too, you can find me on most platforms. You can find me on Twitter as well at Moonshadow 143, and also on my website as well. So you can hit that screenshot that. But also too, on YouTube every week I have a show every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The topics change, but it's all about social activism, mind, body, and spirit wellness. It's all about how you can be better to yourself and you can be better in the world. Is it backwards? Go figure. But it's moonphoenixrising.com or or phoenixrisinghealingarts.com. You can get all my information there. Also on Facebook, you can look up Insight with Moonshadow or Spirit of Ubuntu. So you have Insight with Moonshadow. I also have Phoenix Rising as well for my healing practice there as well. But you can find all of that information on phoenixrisinghealingarts.com or moonphoenixrising.com. And thanks for telling me that, Kristen. I really appreciate that, because this backward stuff, I'm new to this, to working with Facebook Live, and some of you know, like Dina, I remember that we have worked with, we've seen each other and worked with over in Cranston at a bookstore, an awesome bookstore that I used to work with and work at. Gloria, she's amazing, White Light Books. And hey, Kristen, K-Ro is in the house. So to everyone here, I really thank you for making this quote-unquote experiment. So much for the experiment. Whoa, so much for this experiment. I was just going to film this thing, and I figured, you know what? I'll hit Facebook Live too. Let me try that out on my phone and see how that works. And what happens, all of you guys come and show up. I don't know if it's curiosity, I don't know if it's affection, I don't know if it's respect. All the above, I appreciate. I'll take it all. Kaylee, straight up from Hawaii. Hey love, how you doing? Always a pleasure seeing you. But I really appreciate all of you popping onto my Facebook Live. I won't take this off the live feed. I'll keep this there. And thank you so much, Penny. It's been ages. There's been some people that are in this room. It's been years since I've seen you guys. I am still kicking and breathing and doing the best I can to make things happen. So I appreciate all of you for being here. And this just makes me a little more, not a fan of Zuckerberg, but I will say I'm a fan of you guys. So that's important. So much love and good juju to all of you for coming into my experiment here via Facebook Live. I probably will repurpose this also to my YouTube channel. And you guys are amazing. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So just to summarize and to cap it up, don't forget, full moon, also considered a super moon, October 16th, 12:23 a.m. You want to jump on that. And just a quick little technique for you. Write a list of what you want to bring in. Write a list of what you want to get rid of. Take a look at all of that. Make it part of your prayer. Hey, Michelle. Hey, how you doing? Put that together. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be a quote-unquote ritual. If you're in an organized religion, just pray. Make a list of what you want to bring in. Make a list of what you want to purge and get rid of, and then work with that. You could light it up. You could bury it. However you want to do that. Oh, can I repeat? Sure. One of the things you could do, it's a simple technique. A lot of people utilize this, and it's really a powerful one. What you do is you make a list of what you want to bring in, what you want to change in your life. So you have that list, and that list is separate. Then you also make a list of what you want to get rid of, what's no longer serving you in your life. And you make that list as well. Now what you do is you have a flame-resistant bowl, and a lot of times prior to working with this ritual or circle or ceremony, what you can do is, I usually sage and do some breathing, some yogic breathing to get started. Once you write your lists, and once you have that flame-resistant bowl there, and you're prepared, and you've saged and cleansed and set yourself up ready, being mindful, then at that point what you can do is you read the list to get rid of things. I usually do that first. Read the list, but be focused with this list. You take the list, you fold it up, you light it up and let it burn, all of it. Now this is what I do that's a little bit different. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I do this personally. What I do is I take those ashes and I put them separately. I put them out. Then at that point, you read the list that you want to bring things in. Be focused, be mindful, and accept them. Allow them in. Invite them in. The things that you want to change, the good juju, the healing energy. You bring that into your body. You bring that into your heart. You bring that into your life. And then you also go ahead and light it up and burn it. Now, what do you do with these ashes? I've had these questions quite often. With the stuff that you want to get rid of, you take those ashes which you've separated, and you want to put them in the ground. Or you want to put them out into the ocean. You want the Creator, you want Mother Earth to get rid of them for you, to take care of them for you, to release them for you. So you're making a conscious choice to co-affirm with you and the Creator to get rid of these things. So that's what you do with the stuff that you want to get rid of. Now, with the ashes that you have, that you actually want to bring into your life, what I've done, and it's been very, very powerful and transformative, was I take that and I put it in my garden. I'll put it near a flower. I will bury those ashes that I want to bring in to a plant or to a flower. It could be a house plant, it could be outside. And what I do is I treat that plant with extra love, with extra respect. I really take good care of that plant, feed it, water it, that kind of thing. Because as that plant grows, your affirmations grow as well. So now all of these things in combination is making you co-manifest and co-create with God, with Creator, with the earth. And when you do that, it's just going to make you more balanced. It's going to bring you back to being more grounded. And it's going to make you feel better. So mind, body, and spirit, you're going to come out of this, I can almost guarantee, that you're going to feel some feeling from this. You're going to feel either more grounded or you're going to feel a little more at ease, even if it's for a minute or it's a day. It's going to help you, bring you to that center of peace. Once you get to that center of peace, one little added moonsight for you. Remember that feeling. Remember that moment. Because in the case of the chaos that's going on, stress that's happening, you have things that happen in your life that change you, that alter you, that tick you off, that upset you. Remember that moment. Take that moment and remember it. Put it in your long-term memory. Because once you do that, you can tie right into that moment. So if you're in traffic, you're in bumper-to-bumper traffic, I know a lot of you do a lot of driving. Or you're hustling and bustling often, you're really, really busy. Remember that moment. Close your eyes for 1 second. It doesn't take more than a second. And remember that moment. You're going to feel your blood pressure lower. You're going to feel yourself feeling more calm. And you're going to get more of your zen, more balanced. So I hope that's helpful to all of you. And I want to thank all of you for being here in my experiment with this moonsite and here on Facebook Live as well. And Kaylee, that's right. And honestly, you've done a lot of good work. So I want to give you a lot of props, because Kaylee has gone through a lot of changes in her life, and she has been able to really focus on trying to get as good as she can get. So that's really, really important. So there's nothing wrong with being more mindful. There's nothing wrong with having more self-care and taking better care of yourself. As long as you're not crapping on other people, as long as it's in the good of all for you and for others, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So it's really, really important. So yes, so I want to thank you guys for being here for this Facebook Live. It was impromptu, last minute, stream of consciousness, and I'm really glad you guys are here. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate the love and your interaction. So it's really, really awesome that you guys are here. And thank you so much. And as I say in my show every week, be strong, be amazing, be you. So thanks, guys. You guys have a great Friday night.